Now let me demonstrate the build framework provided by Arago project. To set up our build framework, we need to follow the instructions outlined in the corresponding section of the wiki. I would be cloning the Arago Git repositories and making minor adjustments to the configuration files, following these instructions. I have already cloned the Arago Bitbake repository with the Bitbake build tool and Arago OE dev with the Open Embedded snapshot. Now I'm cloning the main Arago Git repository and at this point we want to make sure the base directory is set properly by updating OE base variable in the setinv script. Also, it is good to examine the local conf configuration file in case some tweaks are needed. But in most cases, the default configuration is sufficient. It is time to start a new build, and I want to build the full demo file system images along with the default kernel for the DaVinci DM355 EVM platform. I sourced the setinv script I updated just before. And make sure my cross-compilation toolchain is in my path variable. The entire build is done with a single command. The build can take a while because all the individual components and packages used in the file system are built from sources, and they even get downloaded from the internet if not provided locally. Also, the duration of the build depends on the PC being used, like number of processor cores and their speed, as well as the amount of memory. On my quad-core computer with 4 GB of RAM, it takes between 25 and 30 minutes for a clean build of a single platform. When images for multiple platforms are built, the majority of the packages built for the first platform get reused for other platforms if they are of the same architecture. So I'll let the build continue and get back when it's done. The build process has finished by now, and we can check the results, which are placed under the Arago deploy directory. There we have the same directory structure for images and packages like I showed earlier in the Arago file server area for pre-built releases. I can now copy the kernel and file system images into my TFTP server and boot the target system.